I'm Lucie Carrington, and at 15 I was diagnosed with a Ewings Sarcoma, which is a type of bone cancer in my left forearm. So, yeah. Life before cancer was pretty normal, to be honest. I was hanging out with my friends all the time, going to the cinema, watching films, listening to music, going to gigs, just having fun really, and just starting to kind of find my feet as a young person, not just child. It was kind of that, where I was having a lot more freedom and independence, and yeah, just generally liking where my life was going. I had chemotherapy, radiotherapy, I had surgery where they removed my bone, cut that out, put it back in, screwed it back together. I've got a lovely scar. You can see my scar. And then I had more chemotherapy. I just remember having chemotherapy and my entire body just sinking as soon as the drug hits you, and it's so strange. I could taste it and smell it straight away, and I knew it was in my bloodstream even if I wasn't looking at it being injected in or the drip putting up, and instant sickness, just felt so sick. And it's such a hard feeling to describe, because it's poison, and and you can tell you're being poisoned, and it was scary at times. It was frightening. I think my worst memory is of my first chemotherapy. I crashed. I had an allergic reaction to my anti-sickness, actually, and to the point where I actually went into anaphylactic shock, and it was all pandemonium. They called down the emergency crash team, my AOAs were closing up, and I just remember them bringing in the defibrillator, the crash cart, and just seeing that. It was terrifying. I think it was my first day at a hospital, and I just started my chemotherapy, and I was thinking I'm going to die before I even start. And well, I didn't. Once my airways did give way, I passed out, exhausted. I remember waking up on my own thinking, this isn't it. I can't let this be it. I've got so much that I want to do, and that fight then was so strong and so powerful that from that moment on I wasn't going to let it beat me. I was actually going through treatment when my prom was going to happen, my year 11 prom, and my doctor said I couldn't go because my counts were too low, my bloods were low, I had no immune system, and I think that was the only time I've really pulled a full-on girl strop, to the point where I was shouting. It was just so important to me. I'd gone through year 7 to 11 with these people, and I didn't know what was going to happen next, but I wanted to say goodbye to them properly, because some of them weren't going to go to sixth form. I had intended to go, but I didn't know whether I was going to be able to go with the treatment I was on. I got to go. Paddy worked. Yeah, no, I got to go, it was really special. The dress took ages because I was stuffed full of steroids. I couldn't find anything that would cover up. I had a Hitman line in my arm. I had no hair, I had no eyelashes. I didn't feel great in any of the dresses I tried on. That was hard. But we did find a dress, a very nice dress, and it felt awesome. So it was great. I had a wonderful time. I think the Teenage Cancer Trust is a very special charity, because they make sure that although you're probably having the worst time of your life, you're in the best possible place to have that, and being with other people your own age that are going through the same thing, you can't put a price on that, because you don't feel so alone, you don't feel isolated. I think having cancer this young cancer at any time in your life is not a nice thing to have, but it just seems particularly cruel to have it at such a young age when you're just beginning to start your life. I mean, I was thinking about, I was 15 going on 16, I was my final year of school, and I was thinking about leaving and what I was going to do next possibly, or sixth form, or what I was going to choose at sixth form, and I just, it's like hitting a brick wall. It's just, everything stops. And luckily I did do my GCSEs at a push. I didn't get as many as I should have done had I retaken the year, but I didn't want my cancer to stop me moving forward. If anything, it did push me more, but it's just, quite simply, it's not fair. I don't know where I don't know where I would have been had that not happened. But at the same time, it has given me such a wonderful outlook on life. I don't sit still for 5 minutes. I've travelled all around the world. I just love life. I can't really express that any differently. I love my life.